they've given the Spanish banks 100 billion euros. I don't think you should be giving Spanish banks 100 billion euros, not given the number of British bank robbers currently living in Spain.
It's not going to arrive in one van.
A lot of it's going to a bank called Bankia, isn't it? It sounds like a bank from a children's programme, doesn't it?
It is difficult to take the economies of countries seriously where the word bank is written as banco. It is generally easier to think that they probably don't do it. Hey, Benvenidos, el banco! Banco, bank.
This accent's all right, is it, Doug? To be honest, Dara, you've been doing a ridiculous accent since the beginning of this series.
No, but Dara, it does help when you go on holiday there, though, doesn't it? Because, you know, even someone like me, I walk along and I go, supermercado. I reckon that's the supermarket. Banco, that'll be the bank. Baro, bar. Got half a chance. You've been to Japan? Nothing. They give you nothing. You walk about, you don't know what you're doing. I was in the bank the other day, this is absolute truth, and a man had a shit on the floor. It was the most shocking thing I've ever seen in my life.
That is one hell of a deposit that he has made.
He probably normally does all of his banking on the internet, but he couldn't log on that day.
What has been accused of this week?
Lying, I guess.
Yeah, well,
isn't
that's
it?
a general
but
thing.
It's the
specific lies?
So he's in this problem, isn't he? So James Comey, who was the head of the FBI, he was sacked for investigating his links with Russia.
Yep.
Now it's the cover-up he's being accused of, isn't it?
It is actually,
lying.
that he got rid of him in order to,
How tall is James Comey?
6'8". It is not the look you want in a spy, is it?
American politics is so much more badass than British politics. They've got the ex-head of the FBI testifying against the president because the Russians might have rigged the election. We've got a man with his bucket on his head and a fish finger.
But a fantastic interaction. He said that at one point they had a discussion, Trump and Comey together, where Trump turned to Comey and said, I want loyalty. And Comey said that he just stood there not saying anything, hoping that he could get out of this moment, and eventually had to say something and said, I can promise you honesty. And Trump said, yes, honest loyalty. What? That is like going to a lady going, I want sex. And she said, we can be friends. And you go, yes, sex friends. Good to know we're on the same page here.
It's like he's genuinely upset that Comey's talking about stuff, because they had a discussion in the Oval Office, and now Trump's going, he's a leaker.
To be fair, though, most men Trump's age are leakers anyway, aren't they? Whether they want to be or not.
Yeah, quite often he pays for it.
Isn't calling him a leaker basically saying it is definitely true?
Yes, it is.
Shouldn't he be calling him a liar?
Yeah,
if someone accused me of murder and I went, well, someone's a chatterbox.
Trump's got to be careful with all these lies, man. It gets you in trouble. Let me tell you a story, Dara.
I'm always happy for James' story.
A little boy named Pinocchio. He was a little wooden puppet who came to life because he was possessed by a demon. And he would go around and he would lie to everyone because of the devil. And then all the villagers, they put him on a bonfire and they burnt his soul to ash. And Trump should learn, you never trust a puppet.
And we've all learnt an important lesson there.
You fucking idiot.
Do another one, one.
No, literally, no.
I want to hear James's version of the Bible.
The entire time.
In the beginning.
No. And the first subject is identity. Who wants to come in with that? Josh.
I had to sign for a parcel recently. That's got a lot more difficult, hasn't it? It used to be simple, didn't it, when you get a pen and a piece of card? Now you're given this kind of digital screen and plastic stick. And all you can do is some kind of zigzag up and down line. That bears no relation to any signature that has ever existed ever. Is that your signature? No. It's not the mark of Zorro. Is anyone checking this at the post office going, I've got bad news. Zorro is back. And he's signing for every parcel in the United Kingdom. I struggle filling in this one, but I filled in the census last year. My favourite question was on the final page. There was a question that said, please fill in the details of anyone that doesn't live with you, but stayed over on the night of March the 23rd. That's going to be very awkward if you've just had a one-night stand, isn't it? Just good morning, a few questions. What is your occupation? What do I want to know? Well, I'm telling the government, actually, yeah. It's not the kind of thing you just drop in, just go, morning, do you take sugar in your tea? Also, would you describe yourself as Caucasian?
Thank you very much, Josh. OK, let's see what the next subject is. And it's nationality. Who wants to give us? Catherine.
Hello. I'm of mixed heritage, actually. I talk like a Canadian, but I tolerate my partner's drinking like an Irish girl. I travel a lot, from London to Ireland, and anyone who's flown Heathrow to Cork knows that on your way to the plane, they have signs reminding you how many chances you've got left to get drunk. They're like 6 licensed shops, 2 shops, 1 shop. It's like, what? Before I board an aircraft filled with wine to get to the land of Guinness? And the final shop is right at the gate. And in that shop, there's a sign that says, no ID, no sale. And I'm like, this is an international airport. How about no ID? How'd you get on the plane? It is in the boarding lounge, If a terrorist manages to sneak through levels of security at the world's busiest international airport, give him a pint.
Thank you very much, Catherine. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with, Milton. Let's spin the wheel. Transport is the topic.
So I've got my own private jet. The rest of the jacuzzi belongs to my mum. If you've got a sat-nav, don't put the name of the company you're visiting into it. I tried to take some mayonnaise back the other day. I ended up in Helmand Province. I mean, I've got a car, but there's nothing I like better than making a bonfire on the passenger seat. Driving up and down, opening and shutting the electric sunroof and pretending to be a steam train. My uncle, he was a taxi driver, but then one day he left home without any indication. So recently, I was fell walking in the Lake District. Well, it's not quite true. Recently, I fell walking in the Lake District. I was going to tell someone, but the pillar box was full of sugar puffs.
Thank you very much, Milton. OK, that round. Prize everyone. Come on, get back there. Now we play a round called Bake Off as Mocked Off. This game involves Ivo Graham and Ed Gamble, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel, please. And the topic is technology.
Ivor.
I think our generation were a bit of a crossover generation when it came to modern technology. So, for example, I had access to computers as a teenager at my school, but not proper video games. So the video games that I played as a teenager were the ones that came free with the computers. Whew. And let me tell you what a rock and roll mid-noughties existence that was. Those long afternoons on my own spent playing Minesweeper, playing pinball, and trying to scroll down all the way to the bottom of Microsoft Excel. Not strictly a video game, but when you're lonely enough, still feels like an achievement. And I'm proud to stand here now and boast in front of you all that I've completed Excel and lived to tell the tale. I've gone where few mortals dare to tread, all the way down, all the way right. Written my name in that bottom right-hand Excel cell. I won't tell you what that cell is called, because it would blow your minds. Spent a joyous moment just hovering over Control-P, and just imagining the carnage. Did I have the balls? The sheer granite testes to print off the entirety of Excel on the school paper supply. I didn't in the end, but the thought experiment was enough alone. Then in my last year, we got a games console, our first group video game, Mario Kart. If you're not familiar with it, it's the greatest video game and thing of all time. Since tried intercourse, still prefer Mario Kart. Mario Kart, we're actively encouraged to finish first. And if we do, there's no shame.
Well done, Ivor, again. OK, that leaves us with Ed. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is relationships. Where you go.
I am in a serious relationship. That's what she makes me say. Serious. I'm in a serious relationship. This is my partner. Sounds like you're in a law firm, is what it sounds like. Serious relationship. Sounds like a disease. How's your relationship? I'm sorry to say it's serious. I'm not in a serious relationship. I'm in a silly relationship. You tell me if you think this sounds like a serious relationship. The other day, me and my girlfriend were having a discussion about the Beatles. At some point during that discussion, she forgot George Harrison's name. Now, she previously knew George Harrison's name, but her brain did something to her that all of our brains do to us now and again. It just deleted a fact for no reason. And it panics you when that happens. You think, am I going mad? Am I going senile? You go on a spiral of panic and worry, and I could see she was worried. And any good boyfriend in that situation would have told her George Harrison's name, and I am a good boyfriend. But I am a better comedian. So what I chose to do in that situation was write down every guess that she took at George Harrison's name. I have memorised them, and I'm now going to recite them to you, the good people of Mock the Week. Here we go. Guess number one. John, Paul, Ringo, John. There it is. She thought there might have been two Johns in the Beatles. Maybe the Beatles were a double John band. And as if we'd remember them in that order, we wouldn't go John, Paul, Ringo, John. We wouldn't bookend it with Johns. It would be John, John, Paul, Ringo, John, John, or Paul, Ringo and the Johns. She knew that was wrong immediately. I squawked in her face. Guess number two. John, Paul, Ringo, Joseph. Hello, Joseph. What are you doing in there? I didn't realise the Beatles were a nativity-themed band. Three guys with 60s hairdos, one child with a tea towel tied to his head. Again, she knew it was wrong. I was on the floor already. Then her brain gave her a little free pass, gave her a clue, gave her the surname. Thank you, brain. John, Paul, Ringo, Tony Harrison. Oh, Tony, you're not part of this conversation. Please remove yourself from the vicinity immediately. I said, you're half right. You're half right. I promise you, her next guess was Harrison Ford. Thank you very much.
Bravo, very good. The end of that round, the points go to Ed Gamble. The answer is 1,000,000%. What is the question?
Is it, what is the blood alcohol content of Amy Winehouse?
Is it, after a recent power surge, what did Stephen Hawking say over and over again for 3 days?
How much does Max Mosley's blood pressure go up when he smells leather?
Is it, what increase in population will Kerry Katona be responsible for by the time her womb finally succumbs to the ravages of time and chicken drumsticks?
Is it? How much did exaggerations go up last year?
Is the real answer what is the rate of inflation in Zimbabwe?
Yes, it is, actually, yes. Got very good, Lucy Porter, yeah. Yes, Lucy, the question I was looking for is what is the estimated current inflation rate in Zimbabwe? This is the escalating economic disaster under Robert Mugabe's regime, with prices doubling every hour. Many Zimbabweans are now unable to afford even the most basic supply.
You wouldn't spend too long browsing in a Zimbabwean shop, would you?
Do you know that they did a survey this week said that Zimbabwean people are the least contented people in the world? It's just not pleasing some people.
They've had an election, they've got loads of money. What do you want, for God's sake?
They've had an election that was so corrupt that second place actually went to Ant and Dec. To be fair though, I mean, people give him a hard time, but he actually, you know, he ran a good campaign, he had a good slogan, vote for me and I won't kill you. And he was very good on Zimbabwean question time. That's a good question. Have him taken away and killed.
I do genuinely, like Frankie says, as you know, in the international community are just sort of making these symbolic gestures, say the EU, say they won't recognise the legitimacy of his government, but that is irrelevant. He continues. It's a nonsense. There's no reality in that gesture. It's like taking away Joseph Fritzl's Dad of the Year mug. It's really, it's completely meaningless. And then our big solution to this, as a government, as a nation, as a force, Gordon Brown meets with Cobra to decide it's the big one. We're going to remove cricket. We won't play you at cricket. Like that. Like this is going to, you know, tame criminals. Like you're going to have people being sent down for murder and rape. 2 years, no cricket, suspended, no Scrabble. It's a complete nonsense. No French cricket, no cricket of any time. Like Mugabe's going to react to that. Like he's going to go, I will remove myself from government. I already have 2020 tickets. I cannot... Gordon Brown, why you be so harsh with this nation? It's nonsense.
That was an incredible impression.
I just want to say... I know it's difficult.
Can I just say, with that level of impressionistic ability, you're going to fit right in on this show.
Gordon Brown, why you take away my cricket? OK, let me give you a hint. He doesn't speak as if he's going to turn and play something on the steel drum for 10 minutes.
He does. It went a bit West Indian.
Election and ting.
But did they tally up the votes? They are going to tally the banana.
I've never really heard him speak. Have you heard him speak?
What, so you just made up whatever accent you felt like? Why didn't you give him like a Dutch... Give him a Dutch accent or something. Make it like, give him like a comedy.
I'd alternatively like to do my impression of Morgan's Fangerai. No. Did you see, though, that he'd apparently gone into hiding in the Dutch embassy? Now, if they know where he is, surely he hasn't gone into hiding. You didn't go, oh, let's play hide and seek, you count to 10, and when you open your eyes, I'm in that tree over there.
Let's be honest, of all the places you're going to hide, once the Colombian embassy are too paranoid to open the door, second place is obviously the Dutch embassy, who are always willing to let anybody in case they have pizza. Just, come on in, man, it's party time, what's going on out there? That's a Dutch accent. That's great. Better.
Very good accent.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear over a tannoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Waitrose, you smug rich pricks.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Would somebody please go to the power tools aisle and get me a drill?
If you see an unattended bag, please don't report it. Remember, you're in world of luggage.
Good evening, ladies. Topshop will be closing in 5 minutes. Please make your way to the till unless you're over 30, in which case piss off to M&S, you ancient old hag.
This is an announcement for the front desk of the swimming baths. Could doctor, someone's done a shit in the pool? Please come to reception.
Would the couple having sex in aisle 2 please stop? Spillage in aisle 2.
The 1625 has unfortunately been cancelled and has been replaced by a replacement bus service. EasyJet would like to apologise for all passengers who are going to Greece.
I only work in the post office for the crumpet. Watch this. Widow number 2, please.
In tonight's performance of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the part of the child catcher will be played by a 1970s TV presenter.
Welcome to Sexist Airways. I'm just going to pop on the seatbelt sign for a moment because we're swapping to a lady pilot.
We are now coming into land in Russia, where the local time is 1956.
Welcome aboard the one-way saga service special to Switzerland.
Just trying to have a laugh.
Attention to the submarine crew of HMS Nando's. Be careful not to burn your eyes on the periscope.
Lost children can be found at the Lost Children tent. If they're not claimed by the end of the day, they will be destroyed.
Welcome to Megabus. Things haven't worked out quite as well as you were hoping, have they?
Welcome to the sexist supermarket. Checkout number 3.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Josh Hewitt-Milton. The first subject is unlikely lines from a costume drama.
Madam, I'm in line to the throne, and as such, we shall be dining somewhere that befits my title. Pizza Express Woking.
Batman. I mean, I suppose technically it's a costume.
Heathcliff, let me in, let me in. I just wondered if we could count on your vote on December 12th.
Generally, I am a footman, sir, although I do also like the bottom and the breasts.
Right, just reading this review from the Anne Boleyn musical. Says it was a good idea, but they didn't like the execution.
Lord Windermere is famed for his opulent balls. I've heard he wet shaves them.
Jag kan täcka land. Jag kan täcka lives. Men jag kan inte en accent.
You are Jane Eyre, so this must be your brother, Nike.
That new servant girl is so cold and unresponsive. Watch this. Alexa? Alexa?
Your Lordship, I am delighted and excited by the unexpected turn our correspondence has taken. I await with feverish excitement the next portrait of your engorged penis. accept this crude sketch of my boobs as a token of my affection.
My heart is in my mouth. My liver is in my anus. Jesus, this corset is tight!
Carson, please get your hand out of my trousers. When I told you to go below stairs, it wasn't a euphemism.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. So, yeah, that's Mike, Alpha, X-ray, India, Mike.
As the ruler of this country, I demand some respect. When you see me, you will bow and you will say, yes, queen.
Mr. Darcy, I could never belong to you. I am promised to another. But I could give you a quick handy by the motions.
We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Ellie, which category would you like?
Science, please.
Science, yes. Whoop! Science! One up our team. Your category is science. The answer is 7 months. What is the question?
Is it how old Princess Charlotte will be when the Daily Mail start commenting on her weight?
Is it how long does my nephew think I've been playing hide and seek with him?
Is it how long until Sepp Blatter gets bummed in prison?
Is it how old was Jack Whitehall when he first appeared on this programme?
Is it if I get a 30-second advert before a YouTube video, how long does that feel?
You can't always skip. You can't always skip, Andy. Some of them you have to prove you're over 18 as well. It's a nightmare.
Is it, if I was in charge, what would be the prison sentence for saying chillax?
Is it how long does it take to get to Glasgow on a megabus?
Yes, a megabus. I am the accepted
As if
face.
you've ever gone on a megabus.
I'm on every megabus, Pat.
Is it how long it takes Dara to start a sentence?
What are you going, Britain's Got Talent now? Is that what you're doing?
God, you really haven't got over that Britain's Got Talent thing.
Let
You
it go.
brought it up
Just
out of
let go.
nowhere 2 weeks in a row,
I
Dara.
will continue to until I hunt that man down and kill him. It wasn't the fact that he did it. It was the fact that it was a snippet that they chose in all the acts. They said, oh, they take 1 second from each act, and his was just him going, and the number underneath. 089888999.
I know, but...
There's more to me than that.
Is there?
No. Seemingly not.
Is it to avoid suspicion? How long is Mo Farah planning to run his next 10,000 metres in?
OK, can we move to the correct answer, please?
Is it how long it took for me to get over seeing my dad in the bath?
That's very quick, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It took me 4 years.
Really? What's he doing looking at my dad?
Surely more the question is, what was your dad doing in his bath?
Friday night's Friday night.
It's to do with that thing on the comet.
That thing... That's your correct answer. It's to do with that thing
Is
on
a
the
thing
comment.
that-
I can't believe that this is the right
Station.
answer.
Oh, my God.
Go on.
It's basically, how long was the space probe that landed on the comet asleep for?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Yes, this is Prime Minister David Cameron on a visit to a housing development near Manchester during this week's Conservative Party conference. At the conference, a number of high-profile policies were announced. Have you seen any of these policies?
Yes, they have announced that married couples are going to get a tax allowance, aren't they?
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be £200 a year. Yeah? Wow. To encourage couples to spend £4 a week. It's brilliant, isn't it? People going, yeah, walk out, go on, don't turn around now. Come on, eh? There's £2 in it for you.
It literally is a pint. You could just get a pint out of it, and then every week you'll argue over who gets the pint.
You're talking London prices here.
Sorry, of course. If they break into a student bar in Stoke, you get hammered for a month. With the full pass. But I don't think that's going to help the cohesion of their marriage.
So at £200 a year, the average wedding is £18,000. So to break even, 90 years you need to be married for.
Don't go dying on me. Don't go dying on me. I need another 23 years out of you. Come on.
We're not married, Andy.
No. That was like the weirdest romantic movie ever.
Don't you die on me. Don't you die on me, Joshua Wickham.
Don't I feel the gooseberry?
Who's actually going to be... What decision would you make differently because it's £200 a year?
Well, my accountant advised me to become a Mormon.
But your accountant actually is a Mormon. He just hands out those leaflets all the time.
That was a completely unrelated anecdote.
It is weird because it's social policy, social engineering by dangling money in front of people.
He hasn't dangled it in front of people, he's waved it in front of people and said, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. That's what he's done.
The topic is safety. Away you go.
Just like to say to the old man who was wearing camouflage and using crutches, who stole my wallet earlier, you can hide, but you can't run. Of course, these days, a lot of people are putting poison on the menu of restaurants in the hope that French people think it's fish. My dad's answer to everything was alcohol. He didn't drink, he was just very bad at quizzes. I only have access to my son on Saturdays. Well, he fell under the floorboards of a synagogue. And I would like to see a world without plagiarism. You may say I'm a dreamer. But I'm not the only one. You see, my friends, if I had a crystal ball, I'd sit down very carefully. They say that putting mud on your face is good for your skin, but I saw a sign the other day that said sewage treatment works. Trust me, it doesn't.
OK, our next topic is what the voices in Tony Blair's head are saying.
You will obey! You will obey!
Keep smiling, have Gordon killed. Keep smiling, have Gordon killed.
Cherie, will you shut the f*** up?
Oh, look, there's Cherie. That reminds me, I must post a letter.
I like big butts and I cannot laugh.
I wonder what John Prescott looks like in hot pants.
Mustn't get a stiffy.
Damn it, got a stiffy.
Go on, lie. You got away with it last time.
Well done, everyone. All come back and sit down.
Love a quiz.
It is our Liz quiz. Obviously, we'd like
the expense that has been spent on that.
I really want to thank you for coming in and recording that little wave. What two common documents does the Queen not have?
The Da Vinci Code. And Life of Pi. Next.
Yes. Oh, the rest of them, she has them all.
She doesn't have a driving licence.
She doesn't have a driving licence,
No, although she has qualified to drive.
Yes, she has. She can drive. She was trained to drive in the army, as far as I know.
She did, yeah. She stripped down engines and everything. in the army.
Absolutely, yeah.
Passport.
Doesn't have a driving licence and is the only person in the country who doesn't need a passport, as they're issued in her name. And so she cannot issue in her own name because, you know. But I think she's relatively good on the ID front because she just take out a tenner and go, oh, you don't get this? Go send a letter, bitch. What did the Queen invent with a dachshund and a corgi?
A dorgie.
Yes!
Is it?
Yes, it
I was
is.
joking.
She invented a breed of dog called the Dorgie.
Which you say she invented it? What, she was there going, right, you put that in there now.
She didn't invent it, though, did she?
According to this card, yes, she did.
She couldn't have gone on Dragon's Den.
One needs £30,000 for 40%. It's always 40%. That's all they ever want, no matter how much you go say initially. 8%, 40. It's commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans. Commonly known that the Queen owns the UK swans, says here. But what other water-based animals does she also have the right to own?
Ducks.
Not ducks, no.
Shopping trolleys.
I think it's... Is it dolphins?
It is. It's dolphins, whales and
pretty big
sturgeons.
on the royal family. I know a lot of stuff.
You really are, actually. It's quite worrying. Well, anything, dolphins, whales and sturgeons within 3 miles of the UK, they're hers.
Do the dolphins know, or do they just stray in and then that's it?
If they get too close, she's in a speedboat constantly, all right? Just patrolling that 3-mile limit around the country, right?
With her army of swans.
With her army of swans who work to track them.
When she does that wave, she's actually doing a fin motion to summon her dolphin army.
Army of dolphins, assemble! I come to do with an army of dolphins. I want £40,000 for 35% of the company.
I have invented a swolfin.
Now we play a round called Mocky McMockface. This game involves Miles and Milton, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is travel. Miles.
I'll tell you what's wrong with trains. It's the quiet coach, OK? Quiet, that is an adjective. It doesn't go far enough. Quiet is an adjective. It should be called the silent coach, shouldn't it? The silent coach. No one would have any trouble understanding that. It's the silent coach, right? You can't talk on it, you can't use your laptop, children can't travel on it, you can't eat crisps, and crucially, they, the train people, they wouldn't be allowed to make announcements. Because the sort of people that have the mentality to travel on the quiet coach, which is the correct mentality, are the sort of people who check where the train is going before they bloody get on it. For years, we've just not got these things right. I'm not the weak audience. You're exactly the sort of people that know what I'm talking about. In Russia, during the revolution, right... During the Russian Revolution, the Russian army was able to travel to all of its battles by train. During a revolution, they were still able to rely on public transport. Imagine if we had a revolution now and the army had to rely on transport, we'd be buggered, wouldn't we? Certainly, certainly those of us who wanted the army to win. Absolute nightmare, wouldn't it? Marston Moor 2016 kicked off. You know, the British Army turning up 7 hours late to every single conflict. Oh, sorry, there were leaves on the line at Stevenage. There was a passenger action at Crewe. We were going to be joined by the SAS, but they've been stuck on a rail replacement bus service in Horrocks.
Thank you very much, Miles. OK, now leaves Milton. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the subject is music.
We don't know much about Galileo. He was a poor boy from a poor family. I live in a Grade 2 listed building, which of course means that everyone in it has to be quite good at the piano. Apparently all Chinese children who are learning to play the piano know a tune called Knife and Fork. I'd like to take the band ABBA out for lunch, and if I could, I would, my friend. For Nando's. When I was at school and it rained, we used to have to stay in for wet play. And when it was cold, we used to have to stay in and listen to this really dull band. AD 79. Julius Caesar receives the first ever weather forecast. Hail Caesar.
Thank you very much. Points there go to Better Jones. Come on. And the subject is music.
We don't know much about Galileo. He was a poor boy from a poor family. I live in a Grade 2 listed building, which of course means that everyone in it has to be quite good at the piano. I'd like to take the band ABBA out for lunch, and if I could, I would, my friend. For Nando's.
Biggest school.
You are looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada. No, I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count. I preferred French over chemistry because the chemistry teacher and I just didn't have any, rapport. One teacher said I'd be a better student if I spent less time flirting. I immediately jumped off his lap. One teacher used to always say I wasn't very observant, but you know what? That was his or her opinion. I was going to join the debating team, but someone talked me out of it. In high school, I was voted most likely to reminisce.
OK, the topic is health. Where you go?
I'm a lot sportier than I might look. In fact, I picked up a little niggle at the gym the other day. I mean, he pronounces it Nigel. I had a very stressful journey getting here today. All the way, this lorry driver was right up my arse. But it was nice of him to give me a lift. I spent most of the afternoon hanging out at the swimming baths. And then somebody told me and I tucked it back in again. I put on a lot of weight recently, so I rang up Weight Watchers. I said, it's an emergency. Can you send somebody round? And they said, yes, we can. We got loads of those.
Things you wouldn't hear on the radio.
Mime.
I'm sorry for that small pause just at the end of that record there. Only my shit took slightly longer than I expected.
This is Top DJs of the 1970s. Prison radio has never sounded so good.
A hideous car crash has occurred at the end of the A19. It's called Doncaster.
Another shipping forecast issued by the Met Office at 2343 on Saturday the 8th. It's going to piss it down.
You're listening to BBC Wiltshire because your car radio has lost reception to what you were listening to.
And next up on the Archers, there's an axe murderer on the loose. Not really. Someone has an argument with their housekeeper.
Travel news. A coachload of origami enthusiasts has broken down on the M1, and they're all currently sat on the hard shoulder making paper models of cars. Traffic is described as stationary.
You're listening to Saga Radio. You're listening...
Lidl, Aldi, later Tesco. This concludes the shopping forecast.
Have you been injured at work? Maybe you should turn the radio off and concentrate properly on what you're doing.
But you're dead. We're all dead. We've all been dead from the beginning. You've been listening to the final ever episode of The Archers.
Next up on Gardener's Question Time, I'll be trying not to laugh like a schoolboy when a woman phones in with a problem about her box hedge.
Due to tomorrow's BBC strike, tomorrow's Today programme will be today's Today programme, but called Yesterday.
Sometimes when you listen to the radio, there's a tune that you can't get out of your head. It sort of plays again and again and again. It sort of gets faster and faster and faster, and finally it comes on.
Okay, give that round of applause to James, Sarah and Andy. Unlikely things to hear on Doctor Who.
When I was giving you a quote as your cleaner doctor, I was giving you a quote from the outside.
No, there isn't going to be a new doctor. I'm being replaced by a helpline.
That is the last time we park the TARDIS outside the Portaloos at Glastonbury.
Davros, we meet again. Oh, Lord Sugar, I'm so sorry.
Hey, saw you from across the TARDIS, and I think I regenerated in my pants.
Doctor, Doctor, you must help me. I think I'm a pair of curtains. Tragic news about the ood. There's been a terrible flood. They tried to escape into the wood, but it didn't do any good, and now they're all dooed.
No, I'm the doctor who works for the World Health Organization.
Yes, I mainly hang around young women. Yes, I was on television in the 1970s. Where are you going with this?
You've got to believe me, Clara. This is our best chance. Now, unzip my flies and I'll explain later.
Let's go forward in time by an hour. Then we get a quid off the pizza.
Now, the first thing to remember on planet Xenon is turn off data roaming.
We are 10 million years in the future. H.G. Wells has just got married.
You are the doctor. I am the tracheotomy patient.
I am the doctor. I am 1,200 years old. And this is my assistant, who's 27.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Good God, it's Margaret Beckett, isn't it? From the First Labour government. Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder how recent this footage actually is. Oh, lovely, a train in a box. That's odd. Mummy normally gives me a Twix and a lump of organic cheese. Still, never mind. Stick that on eBay. So this will be your driver, Dave. Hello, Dave. I love you. So you drive this, do you? Yes, I bet you've got a tale or two to tell.
Yeah, well, actually, it has been hairy a couple of times.
I bet it has. Yes. Do you know, I quite fancy doing your job.
Yes, and I quite fancy doing your job.
Well, that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Can I have a go?
No, I'm afraid it's against regulations.
Is it? Is it? Now, Dave, think very carefully. Yes, I think that's the right answer. Nobody wants to be force-fed organic biscuits. Anyway, let's have some fun. This is an impression. This is the British economy. It's going backwards. Yes, I'm here all week. Don't worry, I understand about trains. Now, tell me, Dave, can this go sideways?
Backwards and forwards. It's backwards and forwards. Why don't we just concentrate on driving the train? So just push the lever forward if you could.
It's a lever, is it? I thought it was an enormous licorice allsort. What do? Just push it forward, do I? Oh, yes, look, we're going. Well, this is a piece of piss, Dave. I'm stealing a living. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, my arm's stuck. I think, hang on, Dave, my arm's locked. David, my arm... Dave, my arm, I can't stop. My arm's locked. His arm's locked. My arm's locked. I can't... Oh, my God, where are the brakes? Where are the brakes? They're out of control. I can't stop it. Got you there, didn't I, Dave?
Well done, you did us.
The next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topic and image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, teams, who is this and why were they in the news this week?
Is he saying, in Greece, we play air bouzouki?
I think he's probably saying, that referendum, Alexander, that was a pointless answer.
I think he's saying, I know we're in a lot of debt, but at least can I just have some water?
Come on, people. Come on.
I think he might actually be saying the worst thing is that the Germans have made me stand in this top hat.
It looks a bit like Angela Merkel's playing the piano while he sings. Sing for me.
This is how you shall earn back the money. Sing it again.
He looks to me, he actually looks at me, and even though Angela Merkel is looking at him, he looks at me like he's just got there. I'm just like, I'll give that a few minutes about it.
It's all this Greek food I eat.
or he's just going, sorry, can anyone pay for the cabbie? He's just waiting outside.
Hurry up, meter's running.
He'll explode a light if you don't pay him. Nice to see Angela Merkel letting her guard down, though, isn't it? Okay.
Come on, she's chilled out. She's dressed as a minion.
Very ironically, Angela Merkel dressed as a minion. Yes, after almost 17 hours of talks in Brussels, a tenuous agreement between the EU and Greece has been reached. A long, all-night thing, all-night thing. The tensest moment, by the way, of the all-night thing is when they went, oh, my God, I'm exhausted. Could somebody get me a sugary drink? And said, yeah, but that's another 20% of the tax. You'll never be free of this.
They were all-night talks, and what they kept referring to them in the papers as marathon talks, which really just hammers it home for the Greeks. That's a big cruel irony there.
Yeah,
exactly. Marathon talks, because the Battle of Marathon, the Greeks won.
They did. Well, it wasn't them, was it? It was two bits of... It was Athens versus Sparta, wasn't it?
It was... They were versus the Persians.
Oh, OK, they were versus the Persians.
Yeah, at the Battle of Marathon.
I'd be on that team. It's boring over here.
Really The news, what's going on here?
Is it Labour announcing the new replacement for Trident?
Is it like shocking photos of Tyson Fury before the alleged doping?
Is he saying, hi, I'd like you to buy my lean green grilling machine?
To be fair, though, boxing Corbyn would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? You don't give up at the best of times. Like, he's been knocked out 5 times, the rest go, I'm going to stop. He goes, no, I intend to carry on.
Not until the membership of the party have decided I shall leave.
You've got no face left, Corbyn.
I think he's probably going, the gloves are off. Oh, hang on.
It is, of course, Jeremy Corbyn, who in the last week of the Labour leadership campaign faces scrutiny of the influence of the hard left within the party. Yes, a lot of analysis going on about momentum now and how much influence momentum have.
Yeah, I only heard of Momentum this week, and they sound like either a really naff team on The Apprentice or an amazing dance group on Britain's Got Talent.
I thought it sounds like a bit of medicine to help relieve constipation. Take Momentum.
Do that face again.
That's me if I've had to do... No, it just flies out of me and then you're bright as rain. That's the advert I'm doing next week. Momentum for men. Keep your composure.
I am going to spend most of the next week replaying the inevitable GIF that is going to come out of that.
That will be captured Rob's sex face.
Yes, it's Momentum. By the way, who are, you know, they're a very passionate organisation who tweet a lot and get in touch a lot with shows when they're criticised. So a big hello to all of you on Twitter. Who nonetheless accuse me of being part of some sort of BBC-wide conspiracy. Anytime you vaguely criticise Corbyn, it's like, oh, this is them with the computer over there. Not just furiously finding a thing, going, you, and part of the BBC, the anti-Corbyn, like the BBC sit me down with Hugh Edwards and Fiona Bruce and the team from Match of the Day and tell us how we're supposed to hate Corbyn. Like, I can't even get into the BBC building, for Christ's sake. Lines you wouldn't hear in a James Bond film.
Sorry, mate, it's his spoons. We don't do martini. Do you want to jug a woo-woo?
We've invented you a new phone bond. It's exactly the same as the old phone, but you need to buy a new charger.
We've got the latest news on Thunderball 007. No one won last week, and it's a rollover.
Mr. Bond. Welcome to this mandatory course on sexual harassment in the workplace.
Hi, the name's Bond. It's not actually 007, they're zeros. Otherwise, I'd be called, ooh, 7.
Oh, Mr. Bond, I'm very flattered by your advances, but you are a complete stranger. You work for my enemy, and I am menstruating very heavily.
Bond, meet your children, 005, 003 and 0018 months.
You want my full name, of course. It's Bond. James Skipton Building Society, fixed rate, 1 year, Bond.
So another gadget, Bond. This is a way of distracting your opponents. Some light-up trainers for no reason.
Easter Bond, I have one question for you. Does this testicle look swollen?
So, Mr. Bond, welcome back. How was Russia? How do you feel? Do you know what? Rested.
Mr. Bond, we just want to check that you understand how to use the new equipment. You know you can swipe left, don't you?
Blofeld? No, I've never even met Felt.
This is the easiest fight on top of a train I've ever had. Thank you, Southern Rail.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I've got a girlfriend. No, thank you.
Again enough. The point goes James, here and Gary. The first subject is relationships. Who wants to come in that? Reese.
It's a pretty exciting time for me at the moment. My girlfriend is currently planning the wedding. Sorry, not girlfriend anymore, is it? I keep doing that. It's not girlfriend. She gets so annoyed. My ex-girlfriend is planning her wedding. It's very hurtful for me to watch, but one of those things. Anyway, got a new girlfriend now, because that's how comedy works. Got a new one, and she's all right, my girlfriend. She's pretty good. She's not perfect. She's got her quirks and her tics, like she pronounces it espresso instead of expression. She's weird. And relationships about compromise, though, aren't they? We all know that. Like, she doesn't want to watch football, and I don't want to die alone, so we don't watch football. That's the yin and the yang. You give and you take. We're trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep it exciting, me and my girlfriend, you know, trying to keep it, you know, lively, try new things all the time. Like, she keeps talking about how she wants to have sex outside of the relationship. I don't know. Constant surprises, me and my girlfriend. She bought me a gift the other day that I went round to the flat. There was this gift. It was a word of the day calendar. Don't know if you've seen these. Pretty cool. Different word every day of the year. That is more than 100 words. Pretty cool. Favourite word for me so far from the calendar? Exponentially. Ah, what a word. Exponentially. Use it all the time now. In fact, I'd say, ever since learning the word exponentially, my use of the word exponentially has increased loads. I use it all the time. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Ruth.
What is Michael Gove planning for British prisons?
He's going to sell them.
He's going to sell them off. For what, though?
He's going to sell them off in inner city prisons. He's actually going to sell off of flats, isn't he? They won't be calling them prisons, obviously. They call them gated communities.
I only hope that the viewing starts early and there's people, middle-class couples looking around going, oh, yes, no, no, oh, no, no, we'll knock through here. And there's a bloke going, try that.
Already is, though. He's trying to reform the prisons after he turned the school system into the prison system.
Yeah.
You get,
Sometimes when I'm sitting next to Rob, I feel like a bus driver or the guy just standing up front talking to me.
Another thing, yeah. And you know how you stop yourself falling over if you're doing that? You've got to really just spread your legs across.
In France, is it called doing a bit of croissant? Doing a bit of porridge, isn't it?
Oh, porridge, sorry, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I wasn't in my world. I bought Alpen the other day without added sugar. I was really sick. It was like eating the bottom of the hamster cage.
How do you know that?
Because I was really hungry one morning and I didn't have anything.
A lot of prisons are more independent now anyway. Broadmoor, Strangeways, Australia.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown with his immediate predecessor, Tony Blair. But what does BMCB stand for?
Is it Brown's Mental Complete Breakdown?
or is it just Britain's Mr. Charisma Bypass?
Is it Blair makes chimp body pop?
Is it Brown's man boobs captivate Blair?
Is it Blundering Morons Crucifixion Begins?
Well, is it just bollocks, my career's buggered?
Sometimes that's all satire needs to be.
If you look like uncles dancing at a wedding, I would go with British men can't boogie.
Yes. or is it...
I've still got it! I've still got it! You show them. You show them.
It could be Blair might come back.
Oh!
Very serious.
There's an interesting reaction. That came from a dark place, didn't it?
Somebody over there was sharpening a scythe.
OK, I'm going to steer you towards the correct answer.
I think it's Blair. Blair's memo criticises Brown.
I'll accept that as an answer. Well done.
You've accepted. Is it the right answer or not?
But what does BGMC stand for?
Is it British Gas Managers Celebrate?
Is it British Games Much Crapper?
Is it bottled gas meets cigarette?
I know this one, actually. It's Barry George, Merry Christmas.
Is it bullshit generated on a Mac computer?
Is it? Do you think that's how they did it? It's all Photoshop.
That's why they had so many people dancing. They just did one of them and then did Control-V, 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 Control-V,
It was an empty stadium with just George Bush. Is it... I've got one. Is it Bob Geldof meets Christ?
Are you sure it's not barbecue's gone massively cockeyed?
Is it properly Beijing Games most costly, I would have thought?
Yes, it is. Very good. Well done, you, Jack. Here's a picture of Michael Jackson. But what does JFNG stand for?
Is it Jackson's face needs grouting?
Jackson finds nose gone.
Juvenile fears now grow.
Jury found in Neverland Garden.
Jackson found near Grimsby. He's starting a new life. Starting a new life in Grimsby, or Grimethorpe, possibly, where he decided to join the colliery band. Because he likes being near miners.
You know, he's now set up a website and a wristband that says "Make Puberty History."
That's just for legal reasons. He was found innocent, by the way.
No.
Yeah, we're not disputing that, are we?
No, I think what they meant was not guilty enough.
Did you see the bit after the verdict came out when the announcer on the BBC went, "At least Jackson can now get back to living a normal life." as he rides out of the courtroom on a talking gorilla. "Oh, it's back to normality."
But I was hoping that he'd be found guilty just so that you could see people outside with those banners saying "I love Michael" just gradually and awkwardly putting them down. I'll leave that there.
Slowly taking off the one white glove. Get off. Damn, it's stuck on my hand.
It seemed to all come down to that one juror that said, "Oh, I just didn't like the way that the mother of the boy clicked her fingers at me." Oh, yeah. That's not enough.
And he would have actually been found guilty if he was black, I reckon.
I'll give you a clue. The J stands for Jackson.
Is it found not guilty?
Yes, it is, of course. The action is Jackson found not guilty. Well done, Hugh. Give him an applause. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown in buoyant mood, but what does ROCB stand for?
Is it what he looks like when he smiles? Is it really old, creepy baby?
Is he just really desperate about his election chances now? He's only got one thing he can do, and he's going, right, OK, call Batman.
Is it ruined our country, bastard?
Is he just giving a weather forecast? Is it rain, occasional cloud, blizzards?
There's a row over Cameron's bedroom. He's already in there, measuring up the curtains.
What are you doing? Do you think he's actually just found a way to solve the national debt? Is he going, rollover could be billions?
Is he going, there's a robin on the corner of the building?
It would be nice. It would be nice if he just got more distracted by wildlife. That would be quite sweet.
He's just trying to draw attention from the polls. No, there's a robin on the corner of the building.
It's a true purpose. It's a true purpose that your government's in chaos. Is that a chaffinch?
Is it what he's going to do on May the 6th? Is it going to be removals ordered, cab booked?
Would I be right in thinking the art was something to do with recession,
It would,
Dara?
yes, you would be right.
Is it recession over complete bullshit?
It is not that. You're halfway there, remarkably.
That was lovely, the unemployed people. That's it, yes. We live in Poundland.
Is it recession over confirms Brown?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done.
He always does it like that.
First round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of some cattle enjoying the British countryside in happier times. But what does FAMB stand for?
Is it Farmers Assemble Massive Barbecues?
Farmers are miserable bastards. Is it fantastic? 1,000,000 burgers. It's actually to do with their earrings. It's actually Frisians admire Mildred's bling.
Farm animals must burn.
That's probably as close as you're going to get. At the point of seeing too literally minded, would somebody like to tell me what the answer actually isn't? And here's a clue. FAM probably stands for foot and mouth.
Foot and mouth back.
Absolutely right. Well done, Hugh. Congratulations.
There we go. Very good.
The answer I was looking for was foot and mouth back. The disease was diagnosed in cattle at farms in Surrey and is the first outbreak since the epidemic of 2001 that cost the country an estimated £8 billion. Here's a picture of American presidential candidate Barack Obama meeting Gordon Brown this week. But what does BOTE stand for?
Is it Brown overdoes the ecstasy?
Is it Brown orders tango enema?
I think
you know when you've had a tango enema.
I think it is probably Britain's oddest twins exposed.
Is it Brown impersonates cricket umpires?
Yeah.
Not taking the game seriously. Take the game seriously, It's very difficult to get all the letters right.
You're not getting the rules of this at all, are you?
It's very hard to get the letters according to the words.
That's why it's a quiz.
Is Gordon Brown watching Bill Oddie's tit extravaganza?
To be honest, that is a TV show that needs to be made.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Is it Brown's old Todger explodes?
If it is, it's a shame that they didn't get that in the picture. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
I've got one that fits, I think.
Do the letters match the words you're going to say?
Is it... I thought today we could have actually had Carol Vorderman reveal the letters. She needs the work. Is it Brown orders tree explosion?
Tree explosion?
I think there's very little we can do to help you.
Is it Barack Obama tours Europe?
Yes, it is.
Very good. Very good. The answer I was looking for is Barack Obama tours Europe. This refers to the presidential candidate's recent whistle-stop tour. After visiting Berlin and Paris, he ended his trip in Britain, where he met Gordon Brown, David Cameron and Tony Blair. Here's a picture of the effects of this summer's adverse weather. What does RFHB stand for?
Is it Reading faces hosepipe ban?
Is it Rivers flooded? Help! Batman!
Is it revenge for homosexuality and binging?
Is it rabbits found holding breath?
Is it rumour flooding has begun?
I think it's past a rumour at this stage. I like the gentle, soft sell approach you're taking.
Is it record floods hit Britain?
Well done, Andy. We start, as ever, with our round called Headliners. Here's a picture of former Prime Minister Tony Blair recently. But what does BGBC stand for?
Is it Britain's greatest bullshitter celebrates?
Is it, in fact, Blair's guilt-free, blood-stained conscience? Is it...
That was a lovely laugh.
Is he just suggesting what he thinks the next stage in the world should be, the next thing that should happen? Is it bomb Germany, bomb China?
Is it? That would have been an amazing turn in the inquiry. If you just randomly picked countries and went, yeah, if I was still in power, oh, yeah, you'd be gone.
Hey, gang, is it Blair? Great Britain's catastrophe. Oh, I'll go there.
Is it just a description of him? Is it like balder, greyer, besotted by cash?
Is it Blair given blue cordon? You see in the picture.
Oh, yeah, he has, yeah. Actually irritates me.
Is it, in fact, everything the British Army didn't have when we went to war? Bullets, guns, bombs, choppers.
Is it Bush's grinning bum chum?
Would somebody give me the answer?
Blair grilled by Chilcot.
Very good, well done, Andy. Here's a picture of the Prime Minister speaking recently. But what does CATL stand for?
Has he just gone really street? Is he saying, cuts and ting like? I believe that's how people...
On the street, yes.
Is it CNA totally looted?
Is it, in fact, a lot of the stores that were looted that Cameron has never set foot in his life? Costcutter, Argos, Tesco's, Lidl.
Is it Cameron attempts tit lunge?
Samantha? It's dancing. It looks like he's dancing. It's Cameron attempts the lambada.
Is it Cameron's a tosser? Lol.
Or is it much, much more simple? He's in a market, is he going, carrots and toms, lovely?
Is it actually more simple? Is it more simple?
Go on.
Is it, in fact, couldn't arrange a turd in a lavatory?
Do you often find yourself arranging turds in lavatories?
Well, that has come out at entirely the wrong angle. This pleases me. Pass me the turd wrangling implement.
The correct answer, please.
Is it Cameron advocates tough love?
Very good, thank you very much. You're down. Here's a picture of two of the world's most powerful men getting to know each other on a golf cart. But what does BCSR stand for?
Is it buggy contains stupid redneck?
Is it Bush chooses Scottish rent boy?
Two very different tones.
Is it Bush can't spell relationship?
Is it blowjob cements special relationship?
Is it Bush coming, Scoob?
Rikes.
Is it brilliant chance, sniper required?
So the SR will be special relationship.
SR will be special relationship, yeah.
Is it Brown continues special relationship?
It is, of course. Here's a picture of Leader of the Opposition, David Cameron. But what does TLEC stand for?
Is it Tories launch exfoliating cream?
Where would you put it? Or is it Top Man launch Eton collection?
Or is it just simply Tosser leading everyone to catastrophe?
Are you not a natural Tory?
Or is it Tory launch extremely Caucasian?
I think the people he's shaking hands with are that actual size, and it's tiny little elf convention.
The elf vote is just screaming to me.
It's enormous.
It is ironically, it's an enormous vote.
Is it tits, lips, eyes, and chin? Everything he's got done in the poster.
Is it his full name? Tarquin Linus Edwin Cameron.
What's weird about it is, and this is nothing to do with the initial, he appears to be in black and white at the front of the photo and in colour at the back.
Isn't it the Wizard of Oz? He's like in black and white until the election, whereupon... the King of Munchkin Land.
I know the answer. It's Tory leader effortlessly camp.
Does anyone give it something approaching the correct answer?
I think
you're the sensible one.
Tories launch election campaign.
That's close enough.
Genius.
Well done. That's good. You call headliners. Here's a picture of a packed House of Commons recently, but what does PTFC stand for?
Is it pissed tossers face chop?
Is it Parliament too few chairs?
Is it in fact just everything that they've spent money on? Porn, televisions, furniture, castles.
Is it Perspective tempts 15-foot cameraman?
Is it politicians turn out for free cakes?
Is it about the least recognisable man in politics? Politicians try and find Clegg.
Or is it they're actually playing a game, pick the fattest Conservative?
Is it in fact the new Labour car scrappage scheme, Toyotas for Conservatives? Imagine how good that'd be if I managed to say Prius and Toyota.
Personally, I drive a Prius. The handling is incredible. You drive my new Prius, darling. Yes. It goes 0 to 60.
Or is it performers try find caption?
Okay. The P for payback.
Payback time.
Pay back the fucking cash!
No, but that was a proper cri de coeur, wasn't it? That came from the heart.
I want to know which paper that comes from, because I'd like to read that every day.
It's the Parsons Gazette. I mean, every article's the same. Look at these arseholes!
Not that particular, but the payback what?
Payback time for Commons.
Well done, very good. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yes, the answer I was looking for was payback time for Commons. This is the news that MPs have been ordered to repay over £1 million of their expenses following an audit of claims dating back to 2004. How do we feel about the MPs' expenses?
It just refuses to go away, this story, doesn't it? It's like thrush. Every time I open the paper, it's back. I'm fed up with hearing certain MPs say, it's legal, it's legal. So standing outside an old folks' home dressed as Harold Shipman, just don't do it.
Unlikely movie trailers.
Stay at Chigwell Holiday Inn. Essex Plumbers for all your plumbing needs. Visit our beautiful forest. 3 billboards outside Epping.
Autocorrect the movie. Out knob in a cinnamon near Yule.
Coming soon, a man in a loincloth who lives on top of a Christmas cake. Tarzapan.
Coming soon to an illegal streaming site near you, Jurassic.Park HD Cam Japanese subtitles.mp4.
Coming soon, the harrowing tale of women standing up to harassment through illegal street racing in Me Too Fast, Me Too Furious.
Train spotting 2. We spotted 2 trains.
This summer, Captain America, Hulk, and Iron Man sing Kumbaya, while Thor shows you his new hammer in Avengers Assembly.
This cinematic remake of Swan Lake is so powerful that it broke a man's arm.
Coming this summer, the sequel to La La Land. Poland.
Jesse Eisenberg is Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network too. This time it's personal data.
She was a Hollywood actress in a sordid version of Snog, Marry, Avoid. Winona Ryder, win, own, or ride her.
A Welsh thriller. The Dragon with the Girl Tattoo.
Coming soon, a man who's been announcing it for the past 3 minutes. Just do it already.
Coming this holiday season, the bug-eyed guy with the clarinet in the cantina in the first film. A Star Wars story.
Tonight, see 6 people working their arses off, while 1 man just sits in a chair.
The following movie contains scenes of a cup of tea. It's rated PG.
I thought you said you couldn't drive. I never said I couldn't drive. I just said up until very recently, I wasn't allowed. Fast and Furious 9, Saudi Arabia drift.
It's obesity and diet. Hugh, would you like to go first?
Now, we've got a major problem with obesity. In a recent questionnaire, 11% of the population were overweight, 25% of the population were obese, and 33% of the population ate the bloody survey. But eating bad food goes right back to the Bible, doesn't it? That's why we stand no chance. In the Bible, you see, land of milk and honey, what's that? That should have been the land of low-fat yoghurt and a nice green salad. And as for the loaves and the fishes, what was he cooking? Cod in breadcrumbs. What chance do we have?
Very good, Hugh. But on the topic of obesity and diet, to possibly win the round, Joe Brand. Any jokes on this?
I might just move the microphone stand because you won't be able to see me otherwise. See, the thing is, I think fat people are an easy target, literally, obviously. And actually, you know, you might think I eat a lot, but I don't really. And what actually happened with me was I went on the pill when I was 16 and put on 4 stones. So that proved to be a very effective contraceptive, obviously.
I think Joe has to be the winner there. Well done, Joe. Come on back over. All the points go to Joe, Rory and David. In other news, who has David Cameron had to apologise to in the last week?
Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
because he told, I think it was the ex-mayor of New York, wasn't it? And it was overheard by a journalist. He said that when the Queen heard the Scottish referendum result, she purred. Which apparently she does. Yeah. What he didn't say is that when she doesn't like something, she goes, bah!
Did she purr, or is that not just the sound that a phone makes when you hang up on somebody?
But I do like the idea of the Queen purring. I think that would make a fantastic Christmas message, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, the
She's sat there on the little armchair. She's got a little saucer of milk, a little scratching post on the other side. I'm just going, oh.
Would the Duke of Edinburgh be scratching her behind the neck? Is that what happened? Oh, sorry, I touched you.
Hello, you two. Hello.
Yeah, everyone saw that, right?
What's under the desk? Get up and show us what's under the desk,
Sarah, quickly, hover. Hover out of here right now.
I tell you what, that is the furthest I've ever been with a girl.
I mean, I get on one level, yes, she's like a cat. We feed her, and she treats us with a fair amount of contempt.
I'm disappointed that in the most candid revelation of what she's like on the phone, it was just a bit of a purr. That he didn't say, and I told her, it's okay, Scotland have decided to stay, and she said, oh, get in, you fucking beauty.
OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is alternative medicine. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
Apparently, a lot of people trying to get into therapy at the moment, other people knocking it, saying, you know, oh, well, you should just lose your inhibitions, talk about your problems to your friends. I thought I'd try this. I talked about my problems to my friends for a whole hour. Lost my inhibitions, also lost my friends. I now tell my problems to taxi drivers. 2 advantages in this. 1, it stops the taxi driver from telling you his problems. And 2, it's amazing how much quicker you get to your bloody destination.
Well done, Andy Parsons. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is the media. Who wants to come into that? Russell.
I'll do that. I'd see, you know, the way I like getting the news is Radio 5 Live. It's fantastic, 'cause it's just news and nutters, isn't it? They'll read out, like, that was the Pope's view on abortion, and then, hello, Felicity Puddleduck here, livid and ill-informed. I'd just like to say those harlots should give birth to their children aged 2 that charged you to national service. I'm off to bake a cake. And sat there listening, and then the next night, David, are you out of your mind? Cloning? Think it through. 2 versions of me. Want to go out and commit a crime? Who gets blamed for it? Me! I'm doing a 20 string. He's banging my wife. Where's the justice? And you sat there listening to these nutters, and then the most ridiculous story. A man in Bristol's found the face of Jesus on a crisp. And suddenly, I couldn't believe how you put up my frazzles. There he was!
Russell Howard. Here's a picture of Tony Blair and Home Secretary Charles Clarke. So what does BWCB stand for?
Blair worships Crazy Bush.
I know she's not actually in the picture, but is it Blair wants Kaplan beheaded?
It's more of a dance thing going on. I think it's Blair wins cha-cha battle.
Or Blair waves credibility goodbye. Or they clapped, even though goodbye begins with a G.
Is Charles Clarke in the background there, or is he just a tiny wee man who lives underneath Blair's armpit? Pops out every so often to talk about ID cards.
Or is it Britain wants Calais back? I think it's a reasonable demand. If we talk, if the CAP's on the table and the rebates on the table, let's put Calais on the table as well.
What do you mean Calais back? When did you have
we
Calais?
did it.
We had Calais.
Agincourt, have you forgotten?
Yeah. We had Calais right up until quite a long time ago.
Calais fell during the reign of Queen Mary I, and she said she died, she had Calais written across her heart.
It was ours. What have you ever owned?
Well, we had some stuff, then you came along and took it. And now we're slowly trying to get it back off you. So I don't advise doing this for France either.
Yeah.
So you had Calais for a while, and you think now this is the right time in which to redemand the return of Calais.
That's why the Channel Tunnel comes up there, really. It's for troop movement. It's to get...
The sudden march on Europe by the panel is quite scary, isn't it? Yeah. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on radio.
You're listening to Radio U-Tree, the cream of the 1970s, broadcasting live from Pentonville.
This is Jazz FM. You're listening by mistake.
This is the breakfast news. The Prime Minister had porridge, the Home Secretary had muesli.
My piles are giving me so much bloody grief. No. You're listening to Smooth FM.
This is the Somali shipping forecast. Don't go out there!
This is Magic FM. Pick a frequency, any frequency.
F9, hit. A2, miss. C3, hit. That was the battle shipping forecast.
You're listening to Radio 3. Anyone? 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 Bueller?
On Talk Radio today, we've been discussing what a tosser Nick Clegg is. And now on the line, we've got David from Central London.
That was God is Dead by Black Sabbath. You're listening to Vatican Radio.
And at number one this week, Jedward, proving that teenage girls cannot be trusted with money.
Well, I'm in the eye in the sky with the travel report. I've waited 20 years to file this particular report. If I look down, I can see red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow...
Don't touch that dial. I'm defrosting a pie.
Next up on Radio 1, Nick Grimshaw. He's not very good, but he's only 28, so he definitely didn't get up to anything in the 1970s.
Next, Ed Miliband lays out his policies in I'm sorry I haven't a clue.
It's now 10 p.m. on Radio 4. And before the news, here's 5 minutes of free porn.
Yes, it's a picture of the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, and his defeated opponent in the leadership election, Owen Smith. At the Labour Party conference this week, Corbyn was unveiled as leader after being re-elected with nearly 62% of the vote. So he won it very easily, and he did very well, but at the same time, that may not translate into anything in terms of winning a general election.
No. I mean, it's not going to translate into having a cabinet either, is it? A shadow cabinet. He's going to have to do a shadow cabinet like, you know, Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone with the shadows. It's going to be a literal shadow cabinet.
What is that? Mannequin for defence?
You've got to admire the Labour Party's ability to see the Conservatives in chaos and respond like this. You call that political disarray? Sit down, let the professionals show you. We'll see your chaos and raise your botched coup that involves our deputy leader having to be called home early from Glastonbury.
He's incredible in that he can gather so many people together in a rally and they sort of see him as a messiah in the same way he will probably be crucified in the next election.
It's some statistic like that the largest political party in Europe or something at the moment, the largest amount of members. I mean, he rode in on a huge wave of success. It should translate across, and yet, and nobody's any attack on him, it feels like winning the technical challenge in Bake Off, you know, where you make some...
Stop angling for the job.
Just saying
Can I interject here? Has anybody on this stage won the technical challenge in Bake Off? Yes. Yes.
What did you have to make?
Lemon meringue pie, bitches!
OK, two things. Firstly, you were doing great on I won the technical challenge on Bake Off until you said the words, a lemon meringue pie. When you know... No! That's just a cake. That's not a technical challenge. It's some 17th century...
Lemon meringue pie is not an easy technical bake. In fact, Paul Hollywood even said, he looked at me and said, I bet I'm going to cut right into that, and all the lemon meringue's going to just pour out of it. Did it? Did it, buggery?
OK, well, you killed my metaphor, which I was going to do a really nice thing.
I didn't mean to kill your metaphor. I just meant to point out that I am more qualified to wield it than you are, that's all.
I'll give you that. Tell us about your show.
This is actually turning into the Labour Party conference.
Tell us about your showstopper, Ed. How did that go? How did your showstopper go?
Didn't go well.
Didn't go well, did it?
Carrot cake, and it was raw in the middle.
And then you just threw icing at it like you were trying to smother it.
You're slagging, but I like the fact that you watched.
What did Corbyn say about the MPs who would...
Well, he said he'd wipe the slate clean, probably with their own faces, but he will have them back. There'll be no hard feelings.
He said most will not get deselected, which is not the most reassuring way of putting that. It's like if a doctor says, we can save most of you, the still end of this hasn't gone well somehow, and I'm down a limb or two at the end of this particular interaction.
So you can't trust the Labour Party anyway. At the beginning of conference, they always sing the song, we'll keep the red flag flying. But if they get into power, that means no one can go swimming.
Is it 600,000 followers?
I think they're I think they're followers, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's Christ you're thinking of.
Also, I think he's got
12.
Did you see the Book of Poetry?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was lovely. It was very, very lovely, yes. Labour supporters released a book of poems for Jeremy Corbyn that Michael Deacon from The Telegraph tweeted about.
Corbyn's not even a good word to rhyme with, unless most of the poems about Dorbin. Or get my J-Class, do some absorbing. They're your two options, really. If it was Jeremy Hunt, we'd all have a big laugh and it'd be fun. Let's deal with that now and move on.
What do you think the Corbyn sounds a bit... So you've got the green bin for glass, haven't you? You've got the black bin for plastic. You've got the Corbyn for recycled old ideas from the 1970s.
Let's spin the wheel. Who's going to win the race? The next topic is Scotland. Frankie.
Scotland is officially the most obese nation in Europe. You'd have to wonder what we'd be like if it wasn't for all the heroin. They were talking about making the next Bond Scottish. I was glad they didn't, you know, because Bond was always travelling to all these different countries. If he was Scottish, he'd never get out the duty-free. Come on, Bond, we've only got 18 hours to save the world. It's all very well, Q. Have you seen the price of these little bottles of Stella? Always drinking, Bond, never actually gets drunk. It would have been good to see it just once. Try to phone Q in his ring. I fucking love you, man!
Funny boy! Let's see what Fred has been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is etiquette.
Which... I think there's been a deterioration in etiquette, there's been a deterioration in manners, and there's been a deterioration in language. And as a Scot, you know, we're often accused of using the F word too much. And, you know, that could be true. I think, though, it suits the pattern of our voice. It suits the rhythm of our speech. It actually fits in quite nicely. But I think I have found the epitome of the overuse of the F word. It happened at a St Johnstone versus Partick Thistle football match, and the detail is vital in padding out the routine. It was in McDermott Stadium, a stadium that can hold 10,000 people, they've been told. And 5 minutes into the second half, something happened on the pitch that the man 5 rows in front of me was not at all happy about, and he stood up and he pointed at the pitch and he shouted, "Fucking! Boo!" Because, you know, sometimes boo just isn't enough.
Ken McCauley! At the end of that round, I'm giving the points to Andy and Fred. Come back here. Now we play a round called There's a Labour Party in My Pants and Everyone's Invited. This game involves Nish and Milton, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first topic is health. Who wants to come out? Nish.
I had a bit of a health emergency last year. I was doing the washing up and I cut my hand. I was washing up and I pushed my hand into a glass. The glass shattered and it slashed my hand here, and I had to go to hospital. And let me tell you this, the NHS staff are incredible. They're really nice to me. They're really sweet. One of them called me a brave boy. Which is good because I was being one, so I don't know what you're laughing at, OK? I'm the one with the badge. Anyway, before I did that, I did something which I probably regret doing. I called NHS 111. Now, if you don't know what this service is, it's a service the government has brought in to replace NHS Direct. So if you have a non-life-threatening emergency, you're supposed to dial 111 on your phones. Now, I'm sure that these people are very nice, but based on my experience, they have proportionately less skill than their numerical value compared to 999, because it was the blind leading the blind. At one point, she said, "How is the blood?" And I said, "Red," because I had no idea. Then she said, "Is there a lot of blood?" I said, "Yes," because there was a lot of blood. And she said, "Is there enough to fill a mug?" I've got no idea. I don't wish to brag. I have a lot of different mug sizes in my house. Also, while this was happening, I was just panicking. I wasn't decanting the blood in the hope it would be poured back into my body at a later date. Then she said, "Is the blood flowing or oozing?" I said, "I have no idea what the difference is between those two things is." And she said, "Oh, there's a difference." And I was like, "I'm not getting into a semantic debate with you while blood is gushing out of my hand." And she just went, "Gushing, thank you very much."
Well done, Nish, come on. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. And the topic is transport.
When I was at school, my bike was smashed up. It was my own fault, really. I just handed out leaflets saying, "Bullying, let's break the cycle." "We've been over this again and again and again," said my driving instructor, pointing to the Badger. apparently there is actually a road in the north of England called Quality Street. And there's only one person living in it, and he's both Turkish and delightful. Tricky, isn't it? If you're both a moth and a sea captain. In charge of a ship. But up ahead, you see a lighthouse. You know you shouldn't. Toilets in trains are rubbish, aren't they? Especially the one right at the front, and the bloke in there gets so cross.
The boys go, Mitch, come on back. In the wheel. The first subject is exercise. Who wants to come in that? Ed.
I ran the London Marathon this year. Thank you. That was an absolutely amazing reception from you guys. Thank you very much. There was an awkward pause. Two people thought, I better fill that and go, ooh, and the rest of you collectively just went with, well, we could not give a shit. Thank you very much. We saw that on television. Thousands of people did that. Also, it was in April. How about you? Move on with your life. Also, of course you ran the London Marathon. You are a white middle-class man in his early 30s. That's what you do. And you're right, that is the most basic first step on the most basic posh man life ever. I can live my whole life on tracks now if I wanted to. That's how it goes. Marathon, marriage, kid, sleep with the au pair, divorce, Crocs, death. That's it. Did it for charity, because I'm a great guy. And you sort of have to. The charity I did it for was a type 1 diabetes charity. Before you think I'm too good of a human being, we'll let you know that I am type 1 diabetic, so I will see that money eventually. Very much playing the long game with that cash. Didn't actually enjoy the marathon, though, for one specific reason. Every few miles, there was groups of people stood there with blue rubber gloves on, with globs of Vaseline on the ends of their fingers, like this. Now, at the time, I had no idea that they were employed by the marathon. You're supposed to run past them, take Vaseline, rub it on any areas of chafage. I had no idea they were supposed to be there. To me, that just looked like some sort of horrendous motivational technique. You better keep running, boy. You better pick up the pace. Otherwise, it's examination time. You got an appointment with Dr. Fingers. Thank you very much.
The subject is health. Who wants to come in on that?
Right, health. I actually don't have that good a relationship with my GP. For one reason and one reason only. Up until the age of 17, my GP had me on their records as a woman. But yet, they had me on their records as Miss N. Caton. And then one day, they sent me a letter in the post addressed to Miss N. Caton. Now, because I'm 17, I don't really pay attention to the detail. I open the letter, and the letter says, Dear Miss N. Caton, your doctor surgery would like to invite you to attend a cervical screening next Monday at night. Now, this is where I messed up. See, at 17, I knew what cervical was. That's obvious, right? But what I didn't know was that there's more than one meaning for the word screening. I thought screening was like, you know, you're screening a film. So, when it said we would like to invite you to attend a cervical screening, in my ignorant, naive 17-year-old brain, I honestly thought I was being invited to watch a movie about women's genitalia. Right? Now, I'm 17, I'm horny, I'm a virgin. Am I going to go? You're damn right I am. So next Monday morning, I go to my GP, I get to the reception, it's full of women, doesn't put me off. Right? Walk up to the receptionist, I go, hey, how you doing? I'm Nathan Caton, I'm here for the cervical screening. She looks up, sees me standing there with nachos, popcorn and pick and mix. Starts laughing in my face.
Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of centre court at Wimbledon. But what does RBWF stand for?
Is it really boring watch football?
Regular bunch of white folk.
Is it? Russin' bussin' winner Federer.
Bussin' winner Federer.
What's that then?
What is that? Is that like
I think that's from Scooby-Doo.
As Captain Caveman commentating on...
Is it replace balls with fruit?
All right, let's move towards the correct answer if we can,
really
please.
both Williams's fellas?
Is it simply rich bastards watch final?
There's a touch of that, all right, yeah.
Excellent.
More tennis for the people.
For those, is it record-breaking Wimbledon final?
It is record-breaking Wimbledon final. Thank you very much. Y'all watch this? We excited?
Do you know the most amazing thing about the final? Tim Henman commentating on the final. What does he know about it?
To be honest, none of us were interested. As soon as Murray got knocked out, we weren't bothered. And it was hilarious how fickle we were. We were like, come on, Andy, do it for Britain. Game, set, match, Roddick. You Scottish bastard! Straight away.
Andy Murray, I think, is, like we've got to admit, is a brilliant British number one.
Yes.
We're not taking anything away from him. But let's not forget, the British number two is actually Adrian Chiles. And the number three is just the concept of disappointment. For many years, there wasn't a British number one. It just started at two. Did you see the other British guys that got knocked out in the first round? Some of those guys turned up with snooker cues.
I mean, you're right, Frankie, because I, in fact, had 2 weeks at the David Lloyd Tennis Centre, and I'm now Britain's number 6.
It's not just Britain that's bad, though. What happened to the lesbians? They used to dominate Wimbledon. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Well, I really miss that smell of pipe smoke in the ladies' locker room.
What I like about Andy Murray, right, is he's like beyond Scottish. He's like almost translucent. He's like a living porridge. Sometimes the sun would strike him in a certain way and he'd cast a rainbow against the scoreboards. No wonder people couldn't beat him. They couldn't see him. It must have been like playing Predator or something.
If you watch Wimbledon, I loved it. It was really great because the cameramen this year were proper perverts.
Yeah.
Every time a point was played, they're like, right, let's have a look. She will do. Did you see it was one clip where this girl with massive tatty bojangles was literally
jumping up and down.
Yeah,
I saw that.
In slow motion going... And McEnroe actually said, God damn. Yeah. And it was literally the highlight.
I've not to be honest, Mike, I watched that in high def, and in 1080, that was phenomenal.
They always cut to the beautiful wife or girlfriend in the box. They always do that. I wish... Now, looking back, I'd really tried at tennis and got to this level, and then I'd have gone out with the fattest pig I could have found and sat her up there until they said, oh, Skinner playing really well, and there's his, oh, my God. Looks like he's given her a few backhanders.
We've been out to see at Batty Bojangles, or what are they called?
What's Tatty Bojangles? But the thing is... The best thing about...
You don't use that during love play, I hope.
I'm talking about my girlfriend.
It sounds like an imaginary friend a child would have who behaves inappropriately. Oh, dear, Mr. Tatty Bojangles is here again. I'll never be able to get to sleep tonight.
Who spilled the milk on the floor? Tatty Bojangles.
Anyways, the other great thing about the cameramen is some of the replays were outstanding because for some reason Wimbledon seemed to employ the oldest ladies they could to be line judges. So these poor women haven't got a chance of getting the way out of these 137 miles per hour serves. There was one old woman, you could literally see it just go whack and smack her in the face, and they replayed it. Just see this poor lady go... And all the... Their work, love. Well, I've got Spalding on my face, so no!
I love the screaming, you know, the screaming and the grunting. Actually, the neighbours asked me to keep it down.
In the final, they cut to a shot of Woody Allen and Soon Ji sitting in the crowd. And I was trying to read his lips, and it looked like he was saying, no, don't buy an ice cream. That just makes me look like a pig. Don't buy an ice cream. And will you stop calling me Dad?
Everybody was interested in when the roof closed, and I thought, that's not the exciting bit. The exciting bit is when the roof opens and the umpire's chair goes back and Thunderbird 1 takes off.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? They said the roof would stop moments like Cliff Richard singing because it was raining. You think that's a lot of expense to go to stop Cliff Richard singing. You can get a gun in Brixton for 60 quid.
What I love about Wimbledon in general, it's the only sport that has its own fruit. You know, strawberries. Imagine doing that at Millwall. Lovely game. Guava?
What is the grunting about? I'd like to see them doing it in, like, the snooker or something.
Yeah.